Hello, Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to the final day of week 1 of season 4 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. You've been watching co-op matches all week, and here's one of the final ones between TanwirFarid Allstars from Germany and Noble Foxes. Noble Foxes took the first game, as you can see by their 3 points. All Stars is going to try to get back in it. I'm Drosty. I'm here this morning with my buddy Smirk JD. How are you doing?
I am doing splendidly. Thank you so much, Jossie, for introducing me. I am very happy to be here and very excited to watch what's going to happen today.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't been watching all week, the idea here is the left side is one team, the right side is one team. They're each on a voice call with each other, and they're playing an open all dungeon seed, and as they find things, they'll tell their partner on the voice call.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the co-op style, it's actually incredibly fun. You get to share the information with your teammate and search Hyrule for those missing items. So it kind of like doubles your speed. Oh, we're starting. So, go ahead.
Just nothing in either of those locations, but you can see right there that they split up the opening, so one person gets Link's house out of the way, the other gets Sank out of the way.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about the opening starts. Usually we have somebody in Sanctuary and somebody in Link's house, and then you go from there. Do you have a preference on how to start, Drossie?
So I don't have too much co-op experience. I personally prefer a Sank start, so if I were playing co-op, I'd probably want my partner to do Link's house.
Gotcha.
Now, it's interesting, the slight differences for the Link's house start. Tedo went to Uncle, checked the tree pull on the way. Hayfield Bay farmed a couple of bombs. Ooh, we have a sword and Uncle chest. That's a nice find.
Very nice. Do you think he'll go into escape with that?
Looks like it, given that he walked out rather than saved and quitting. So yeah, Noble Foxes will probably need to find that sword at some point.
Absolutely. Did you happen to see what was on Library Ledge or Library Bookshelf?
I think it was just some money.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Noble Foxes is splitting up Kakariko. This is another strategy. So like, okay, now Nobly knows there are bombs in the tavern. You can kind of divide and conquer and not have to necessarily do all the checks.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's almost certain that you're both going to have to do Kakariko for something. So being able to get that knowledge right away and be able to split it up and divide that time can save your team some time right away.
Oh, and we have a shovel in Blind's hut. That's kind of interesting. Really, not too many items so far. The sword and the shovel. Oh, and a bottle. Okay, that's always nice when you're right by bottle vendor. Bottle vendor is taking most of our money and giving a 20% rebate.
It's nice that, one teammate was able to check it, the other didn't have to worry about it, so we got to save his 80 rupees there.
Right. Okay, the well is where it's at. We find flippers there.
And a flute in the Zelda cell. Wow, that is a big find.
Yeah, so... Ooh, blue mail. Blue things, flippers,
All the blue
mail,
items.
shield.
Even the shield.
That is a very blue Zelda. Zelda Cell was where the flute was, which is also blue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this opening is working out really well for All Stars.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you skip the uncle check, hoping to do it later when you can, like, maybe have boots or something like that. Or if you can combo it in with, like an aga play or something. Um, but in this case, it's, a big payoff there for doing it early.
And just to remind you, even though we haven't seen any map checks yet, this is all dungeons, so that flute is 100% required.
And it's one of those things where an early flute, even if it's not required, is just such a massive time save with mobility. Oh my gosh!
What?
The shovel had the hook shot. So when they found the shovel, I was like, "Is that a hook shot?" Because I couldn't see very well. It's a little grainy for me right now, but that's just hilarious that that's what it actually had underneath.
Well, Sphere 1 fetch quests are probably more likely to lead to something than a Sphere 5 fetch quest, right?
That is good knowledge to have. I appreciate you telling me. Fortunately for the Noble Foxes, Hayfield Bay is going into the Uncle right now, so he may be tempted to go and do escape with that sword as well. And just for the record, that flute and that hook shot does give, a good mountain axis.
Yeah, they'll probably do some more Sphere 1 checks just in case the Hammer of the Mirror shows up and they can do the whole mountain at once.
Very good point. So, Akuhesh mentioning in chat, there was also an armor on the race game. So, is that red mail then? Because they all have the blue armor from...
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try to get red mail just going through the race game. Blue mail's the big one to get.
I would 100% get that red mail, but... I mean, okay, especially in co-op, you think about it, chances are you're going to be on lower hearts than you're used to. So, that red mail can come in pretty clutch. Fair, Akuhesh, fair. It is invitational.
Yes. And the improvement of blue mail over green mail is so much bigger than the improvement of red mail over blue mail.
Absolutely. It's the same concept as tempered to master as butter to tempered. If I said that right. Maybe I said that backwards.
Yes, the tempered is a much bigger improvement. Hey, and there's the mirror in Mini Moldorm Cave, so now you can do the whole mountain light side.
There we go.
And also a Quake medallion, I believe we saw.
That was Quake, yeah. Okay, so...
But with all that money, you're definitely checking Zora. I mean, you have the flippers, so do all the flippers checks and wind up at Zora.
For sure. I just wonder, the flippers are often a misleading item. You go and do all the flippers checks and you find nothing, and really all it wanted you to do is just go to Swamp early.
And there's Hayfield Bay's flute, so both teams now have that knowledge. Ooh.
Well,
this is why I love coming with friends. We say the same thing at the same time.
Yep. Great minds think alike.
But,
is this a dark crossplay from Hayfield Bay?
Looks like it. Out of logic, of course. The interesting question, he has the key. Is he going to go all the way to back of escape, which, if there's a glove back there, would be huge.
That would be a massive payout. Yeah, absolutely.
What's 500 rupees getting us today, though?
Scam or no? It's a scam!
99% off your rupee investment.
Wow, you make it sound... Whoa, did you see that on Hylia Island?
No, I missed it.
It's a fire rod.
Oh, wow. Well, as soon as we get Dark World access, we can get it because we have flippers and mirror.
Yep, absolutely. So that's what the flippers were really going for. It's that early fire.
That said, we have approximately nothing towards Dark World access at the moment.
That's a good point. I was like, yeah, that'd be
Ooh, Hobo has Cane of Samaria, and Noble Foxes skipped that in their flippers checks. I was a little bit surprised they skipped Hobo, so that was what the early flippers were leading us towards.
So everything I said about those early flippers potentially being misleading was wrong. However, I've definitely seen people, when you have the flippers in the mirror, just wait till they're going to pod to route in Hobo that way. Maybe that's what they're deciding to do with
and there are other 2 medallions in the back of Escape. That's amazing.
Wait, what?
Medallion percent in less than 10 minutes.
That's a first for me. I don't think I've seen that before.
Well, if you got all 3 medallions in the back of Escape, would that be like the slot machine jackpot?
That would be. I feel like you should just get like infinite rupees at that point.
So Magno is now flying to the mountain. Old Man is out of logic, but as chat said, logic is merely a suggestion, and with the hookshot in the mirror, we will be able to do the entire light side of the mountain. I guess not Ether Tablet. Teddo's like, I don't want your stinking 1% refund.
Oh, was that an attempt to pick up? Oh, he was just waiting. Cool, okay. I am curious to see what's up here on the mountain. Though, it seems interesting that both of them are going here. Okay, they're just dividing it.
Yeah, because of the mirror and hookshot being your access, it's a lot easier to do it this way because you can't go across the top.
Right, so one person goes up, the other person goes to the right, and decide what you need to get.
And that looked like 3 regular crystals in our first map check of the light world.
You have a much better eye than me.
Oh, wow. Oh! Did you see that? Both gloves are on the mountain.
Wow, okay, so Glove in Paradox and in Spec Rock. Okay, well there's 2/3 of the piece to the Dark World axis.
Yeah, just need a Moon Pearl now. I wonder if anyone's tempted to Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing they can do.
And there's the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's just the thing that you were saying, the ice rod in the upper part of Paradox Cave, which is also 100% required with the alt dungeons.
So both rods are accounted for.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, Fire Rod on Hylia, Ice Rod in Paradox Cave. Oh, did you see the Dark World check?
Yeah, 5-6 crystals in Skullwoods and Mire. And we have blue and red pendants in Turtle Rock and Pod and green pendant Swamp.
Okay, so we immediately know that the hammer is the trolley item.
Because pendant Pod.
Yep. I saw somebody mention Jet Seed in chat, and I'm like, hold your breath. Watch them find hammer.
Oh, and by the way, shout outs to our trackers at this early hour of the morning, Artaro and Pi.
Big thanks.
So, Noble Foxes is doing a division of labor, so Hayfield has now found the Cane of Samaria. Oh, and we're getting a desert check. There's a bottle on the ledge. You know, I just realized with Mirror and Mitz being in Logic, Moon Pearl could be in Checkerboard Cave.
It is one of those, isn't it?
We also have access. Right. We also have access to Desert.
We do. So Moon Pearl could be Checkerboard Cave or Desert. Oh. Wow. Okay. I take everything I said back.
the hammer being the troll item. I mean,
Right?
Aegina can be a troll location. If this were 1v1, that would be much more likely to troll. Usually in co-op, you have someone check it.
So basically, for this mode, apparently I have the opposite of commentator's curse.
Yeah, this is more like pre-seed anyone. So now Hayfield, with hammer in hand, can do anything on the mountain. So he's just gonna take a full circuit around.
Oh, did he not pick up the mirror? I feel like he probably did, right? I mean,
I thought he did.
yeah, I'm not sure. But
Yeah, because he.
I know they know.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so the question in chat, what do we need for go mode? Yes, basically, I mean, I would say a lamp, but no.
Well, we know where the fire rod is.
We know where the fire rod is. So, and we can get it now basically with what we have. Well, Moon Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Which is going to be somewhere sooner than later. But then besides that, just a bow, right?
And possibly sword. Boots. We don't know if Desert's boots locked. And right, True. Yes, we need at least one more sword.
Good point. I've been watching so much Cas Boots and SGL Cas Boots that I'm just assuming they have swords, even though I'm seeing they're not dashing, so that's...
And we still haven't even done all our Sphere 1 checks. Tedo gave us our first look at Zaha's closet, which doesn't have anything.
I just want to point out that it's so amazing that they're able to keep track. Like, did you see Magno open up just the Ice Rod chest there in Paradox Cave? Like, they have a good system going where they can be like, nope, I don't need any other chest, just this one.
Yeah. And remember, they are allowed a shared Google Doc, so they may be using one and taking notes there.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, and Magno's going to discover the hammer, so that's good news for Allstars. As Hayfield discovers the mitts, which means Nobly's going to have to go back to the mountain because he came off to get the hammer.
Yep. So where is this gosh darn Moon Pearl?
Well, we haven't seen Desert or Checkerboard yet.
I think you're onto something with that. I think it's probably in one of those locations.
I mean, Tedo's doing Eastern, Nobly's heading there, so I would hope the bottom two runners are planning to do Desert.
Right, they're the ones with the mitts, flute, and mirror already, so...
Oh, but Noble Foxes haven't done Hera yet, so they need someone to check that, so that makes sense for Hayfield.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so Magno might be fleeting over to 6.
I mean, he'll probably grab his Samaria, or maybe he'll, since Samaria isn't immediately necessary, maybe he'll wait until he gets the Fire Rod. That's easy to combine the two.
Right.
Did Magno just missed his duck because he was too busy picking up the rock?
I was wondering, it's like, wait a minute, why is it taking so long for the duck to show up? But that's what happened. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, that's so cute, it's a Yoshi egg!
I don't think we really care what Meyer Medallion is, so I guess we're not going to check it. Oh, he was thinking about trying to damage boost into Super Bunnying.
Sorry, I panicked.
Yeah, no, he was trying to Super Bunny Meyer Shed, which if you take damage right as you enter, you can do, but that Murder Dactyl gives a lot of damage and he's on 4 hearts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that the bee is fighting off the vulture. Okay, and we still haven't found anything in Eastern, right?
Yeah, so,
oh, no.
And we don't have, so we can't finish Eastern.
Hayfield. Oh my gosh, that was. These guys are giving me heart attacks. Magno with the murder dactyl. Hayfield Bay was at half a heart on Troldor. There it is.
So desert was the answer. I mean, with desert being boots locked, it had to be that or checkerboard. I think those were the only locations left.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now a bunch of locations open, but we do know that we need boots now for sure.
And now that we have the Moon Pearl, we can do Mire Shed and Logic. Magna, you didn't want to do checkerboard while you were going to all that trouble?
Yeah, that was interesting.
I mean, if the boots were in checkerboard, you're going to feel silly.
Watch them be there.
And I guess Bloomerang was really all we got out of Eastern. And now Hayfield's going to the area. We'll see how he handles this once he gets the Moon Pearl.
I mean, chances are boots are somewhere else, right? We have like 200 checks elsewhere and 1 check on Checkerboard Cave.
Okay, but Magno is so keen on that Fire Rod that he is going straight for Samaria and Fire Rod. Didn't even check Hype Cave.
Wow, yeah, you're right. He skipped Hype Cave completely. Maybe he plans to go to Swamp right away or something.
Yeah, Swamp's in Logic, amazingly. Okay, Checkerboard was just a heart container, though when you're on 4 hearts, you'd kind of like that heart container.
Absolutely.
And there's Noble Fox's Moon Pearl.
So if they find the boots and bow soon, is this just going to be like who can clear all the dungeons the fastest?
Pretty much.
4 hearts? I guess they also need another sword, right?
Right. The bare minimum is a bow, the boots, and another sword.
Okay.
But we hope to find, you know, a few more heart containers.
The goods. I mean, if they're not going to be looking for other heart containers, it would be worth going to grab that red mail.
I mean, but you just need you're on blue mail. You just need to get to 7 so that a Ganon hug isn't Oko.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And chances are, while looking for big keys in dungeons, you're gonna run into.
Now we're getting a look at Hype Cave.
I think this might be a swamp play after.
Wow, that is Tripe Cave.
Yep, 0 out of 10. Maybe it had a little cash. Maybe that's something, but... Yep, they're splitting up the swamp and the Thieves Town play, which is good. I mean, without the bow, you don't really want to go into pod, and these are both fully clearable crystal dungeons.
Well, Swamp's Green Pendant, but it's all dungeons, so...
Oh, yeah, sorry, I said crystal, but you know what I meant. So even better, because that's 7 items in Swamp.
Yeah.
But I think... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, this early, you're definitely full clearing Swamp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you're the first one in, you do left side anyway. At least I think you should.
Yeah, I mean, you're 3 items from go mode. At 22 minutes.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, you can skip it to try to save yourself a couple minutes, but if the item you skip is something you need, it's going to be forever before you get back there, so...
Well, you can always hope for the God Swamp.
That's true. Yeah. Well, that's not
the
a
God Swamp.
See, this is the perfect time I like to do left side swamp. When you already know that it has to have at least something, then I just go back there before, because it's faster to do it before. Oh, wait. Was that an intentional death warp by Nobly?
I didn't see...
Oh, okay. He's doing Ice Palace without a moon pearl. Wow.
Can't be bothered to get the moon pearl. Can't be bothered to get the fire rod.
What?
That's pretty unorthodox. I mean, you know where the moon pearl is, you know where the fire rod is, and you're going into ice without either of them.
Okay, you say unorthodox, but have you actually seen Nobly play? Because this guy, I literally just watched a seed where he out of logic, like the whole, it was like a mystery seed, and it was just, everything was out of logic, and he was like giga braining everything. So
I mean,
I'm curious.
Without the fire rod, though, you're basically committing yourself to a hammer cold stare fight.
On 5 hearts and blue mail, yeah. We'll see how it goes. Good luck.
There's our bow, Encompass Chest of Swamp.
All right, okay, so that's more of what my expectation would have led to. But there is another bow, so, you know, that's not necessarily the only one available.
Magno going for the back. I understand this because he doesn't have the big key, so he's thinking, if the big key's back here, then he won't have to double back for the big chest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And I think Hayfield's giving us our first look at Super Bunny Cave, which was just 21 rupees.
And he'll probably go ahead and go to Hookshot Cave as well and see what's there.
I would expect.
We did find the compass in Swamp as well, so we know that there's 2 items now in Left Side Swamp.
Or the big key and an item in the big chest.
Right, or something like that.
Speaking of big chests, nothing doing in Thieves Town.
And Hookshot Cave looked to be pretty empty as well. So, boots and a sword.
Hayfield Bay is going to do Turtle Rock now.
Wait, like actually do?
I mean, he has everything for it.
Oh my gosh. What is this? This is insane.
Welcome to the 26-minute Turtle Rock play.
What the heck?
I mean, it works.
Yeah.
They don't know about the bow and swamp, so they're still looking for 3 items for go mode.
Yeah, very true. I mean, they're going into like some deep dungeons here.
I mean, the game's opened up so much for us.
It really has. I mean, they have
Wonder
all
where
of
that
the
lamp
abilities.
is.
Right?
Meanwhile, Teto takes down Blind as Magno's on Argus and Nobly's on Cold Stare. Wow, you love to see 3 different bosses at the same time.
If you wanted Divergence, this is the game to watch. Wow.
He clearly picked the right seed to calm.
Yeah, this is a great one. I love it.
And that looks like a Master Sword on Nobly. Did he find one in ice?
Yeah. Is that a Master Sword? I thought. I can't tell. Does the Fighter Sword sparkle?
Yeah, that's why I was.
It sparkles when you're holding it out, like charging a spin. I think it's still Fighter.
Oh no,
yeah,
it is Fighter. You're right. When he did the spin after the crystal grab, it was Fighter. Sometimes it's hard to tell, especially with the color palette and ice.
Right. So Ice was empty. Thieves Town was empty. Swamp had a bow. And now we're going, since we have that bow, we're going to Pod on Magno and Teto's side.
Yeah, this will be the Pod Eastern play, and he gets to turn in Green Pendant while he's at it.
Exactly. So we'll see if that's required as well. Oops. Oh wait, that wasn't an oops, that was intentional.
I'm sure he's happy to see the heart container.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do Swamp anyway. You're on your way there. I'd pick it up.
And Nobly's finally getting his Moon Pearl. Teddo's doing Smith Chain. But again, with the hammer, with the hammer and mirror, this is a good division of labor.
Yeah, I agree. I just wonder if it's putting Teddo in a catch-up position, because Magno is going to have, what, 4 dungeons by the end of this? So I'm wondering if it's going to put Teddo like behind in terms of like dungeons.
Depends what he finds here. I mean, he can then just go down to Swamp. I'm sure he's going to do Swamp soon to get that bow.
True, and he can skip left side, and he'll be able to, you know, go straight to the items and the big keys. So catching up isn't the worst thing.
I'm interested to see if we turn up a lamp in pod.
Yeah, the lamp at this point could be almost anywhere, just because, you know, the way that, like, there wasn't any, like, real restriction. Like, the flute was our way up the mountain, like, we had Dark World super early, we had all the items super available, nothing was, like, lamp locked for it, so...
Right, and the Fire Rod... The Fire Rod puts Rupee Basement of Pod and Armos Knights and Eastern in logic.
Okay, so we did find that Master Sword on the digging game. You can see Teddo has that. And another one in pod, it looks like.
Nice find. So Noble Foxes will definitely have Tempered Sword. I'm sorry. All-Stars will definitely have Tempered Sword. I imagine Noble Foxes will do those checks as well.
Almost certainly, yeah.
I mean, in pod they'll have to. You're looking for the big key, if nothing else. And who skips dig game? I shouldn't say that. There are people who skip dig game.
There's a chance, but yeah, I think it's a higher chance that they'll find that sword. And there's also the other sword out there somewhere.
And with a heart container and purple chest, all of our runners are at 6 hearts now, exactly.
Okay, just 1 heart away from that 7 heart go mode.
Oh, I know you're hoping someone does race game.
I mean, always, but I think you're right. I think they're gonna skip it.
Now, meanwhile, with the Fire Rod, Nobly is giving us our first look at Skull Woods. I'm a little surprised he's doing the front first, maybe hoping for a sword.
Yeah, could very well be. I mean, Master Sword is definitely a lot easier than Fighter Sword Moth, but he does have the hammer, so... Oh.
Powder's a nice safety. That also puts Magic Bat in logic.
But it's also, he just did the Smiths, right? Or wait, no, that was Teddo that did it.
Yeah. And Mushroom!
Okay, well...
So this is Fetch Quest Woods. Hayfield Bay is already onto Laser Bridge. That's our room of requirement, right? So maybe boots are here.
Yeah. This is the big room for TR. This is where you find out if TR was worth or not.
With 6 hearts, he is wisely taking the safety door.
Yeah, 1 laser and a fall is really there.
I just realized Magno never did go back and do left side swamp.
Wait, did he really? I thought he did. Oh gosh. I just assumed he did, but I didn't actually notice.
He must have figured, okay, Bo's the progression in here.
I guess.
Our Tracker Artaro confirming he did not.
What?
And Laser Bridge just has Bug Net, which is a moral victory.
I like that. Okay, that's interesting. You know, like we both discussed, I don't think it's something that I would have done, but...
But since they have that knowledge, Teddo will probably do that when he goes into Swamp.
Yeah, I think, you know, something they still haven't found what they're looking for.
Thank you, Bono.
Okay, we got 6-heart blue mail hammer Trinix.
Come on, that wasn't worth a chuckle.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
But I still haven't found.
What?
Anyway.
Sorry, I missed it. I missed what you said.
Okay, at least chat's getting it.
Yes, they are. I was just like going crazy about this Trinix fight, so I missed it.
Yeah, too bad Noble Foxes haven't found any of the other swords. But yeah, to reiterate, All-Stars are boots from Go mode.
Yeah. Whereas Noble Foxes are also missing that bow, which we know one of them is in Swamp.
Yeah, well, Noble Foxes are also missing another sword, but I have to imagine they'll get it eventually.
Yeah, like it's on the way. It's in pod. They're gonna be looking for the big key. Like they're gonna at least get that one. They don't get the digging game one.
Mushroom just gave us arrows. Yeah, I mean, Nobly's definitely gonna go back to Village of Outcasts here. He hasn't done Thieves. With the powder, Smith Chain is an incredibly attractive play now, so he's got to do Dig Game at some point in there. So where did Nobly get half magic? I noticed that when he was in Skull Woods, but I didn't see where he actually got it.
Okay, according to our tracker, it was in Ice Palace Spike Room chest.
Oh, that makes sense, right? I forgot Ice isn't on his tracker, so I couldn't remember which one of them had been the one to go into Ice Palace.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, the tracker system swallows input sometimes, so if you see something on there that doesn't look right, it's probably the system.
Yeah, I was tracking the other night, and the tracker was taking 10 minutes to update. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's... Okay, so Hayfield Bay is going into Swamp here. So they're basically flip-flopping. Well, sort of. Like, they're doing... The Noble Foxes are doing the play that Magno and Teto, that the All-Stars just did, which was the Swamp and Thieves Town play.
Magno having a bit of trouble on Helma King.
Oof. Okay, yes, Red Potion.
Yeah, we found enough bottles, fortunately. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just go to arrows at the beginning. He was trying to be all suave with the hammer, but was missing. Got in some hits with the Master Sword, but got hit. Arrows are the safe way.
For sure.
Hey, and I just realized Pet is fully in logic. Well, minus the lamp bit, but who needs a lamp?
Yeah, so the boots could be there.
Yeah, that would be funny. I mean, we haven't found a book. We have no way of checking Ped without a blind pull.
So if you were playing right now, would you be sending like Magno to Turtle Rock instead of Teto? Well, I guess Teto's already.
Well, we're still looking for the boots. But I think Teto's going to do Swamp after this. You want to get that bow.
Oh, yeah, and chat pointing out Magno does have a book.
Oh.
And so maybe he'll head over to Skull Woods and check it while he's there. And yes, Pi, I got you.
And while we were talking, Hayfield Bay has gone into Swamp and found the bow for Noble Foxes, so...
Now, do you think that they will skip left side?
I mean, I'd like to think not. They're doing it a bit later in the game, and they know there are 2 items over there. Oh, Magno skipping his bloomerang.
Tisk.
But this is a really close race, no matter how you slice it at.
Yeah, I mean, like, we haven't seen anything really that's like cost either team any extra time or seen any kind of strange like routing that puts one or the other behind. So, I mean, maybe getting the boat first might speed up a little bit, but that's only if Pod or Eastern actually had something that, and it doesn't seem to have anything. So,
Yeah, and we have roughly the same number of dungeon clears on each side.
yeah, an average of 2.
Again,
Well.
3 simultaneous boss fights of different bosses.
No, the All-Stars are not quite in Go mode yet. We know that Desert is boot swap, so we're looking for the boots still.
That is a swag Argus kill, by the way. Did you see that? He just kept firing Ice Rod shots in and got him in one go.
Oh my gosh, no, I did not. I was answering a chat question and looked over and missed it. I'll have to rewatch that. I want to kill Armos with Ice Rod.
Argus.
Oh, Argus. Oh, no, I killed Argus with Ice Rod, yeah.
Yes, I know. When one runner's on Armos and another runner's on Argus, it's easy to confuse
We had
them.
3 boss fights again. I was so confused.
Okay, Noble Foxes is doing their pod play. So they'll finally find Master Sword. I would expect Nobly to get his Master Sword on Dig Game before too long as well.
Yeah, have we seen the Magic Bat yet? I don't think Nobly's done the Smith Chain, see? So he'll probably do Magic Bat.
No, he hasn't yet.
Okay, so that's something that, you know, the All-Stars did, but they skipped Magic Bat because they didn't have the powder. So, something to watch out for.
Yeah, the All-Stars still haven't been into Skull Woods yet.
Correct. Yeah, they have not. I actually expected Magno to go over there.
Yeah, because they haven't been in there yet, and he could check Pet at the same time. We also haven't seen things like Bumper Ledge or Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, the North Dark World stuff. That tends to be one that a lot of, like, at least from what I've noticed, like, it tends to not be a huge priority for a lot of really experienced runners.
I mean, it's just 2 items.
Right.
Actually, have we even seen Pyramid yet?
I don't believe we have.
And that also brings up an interesting point. Boots could be on Pyramid Fairy. No one's been into Mire yet, but again, if you don't care about the whole lamp logic, Mire's full clearable.
That's true. Yeah, the hook shot in the Samaria. Alright, so Nobly just got his Master Sword there on the Digging Game, and Hayfield Bay is going to be getting his Master Sword near Pod soon. So they'll have that knowledge as well.
Nobly's skipping Smith Chain, though, which means he skipped Magic Bat.
So, well, here's
the Yay, logic!
Woohoo! Just sitting there in K45 the whole time.
As Hayfield Bay finds the sword in Pod, so now both teams have knowledge of Tempered Sword.
Like, I get wanting to skip Smith Chain, you know, like a lot of times you want to do like the hammer effects with boots. Um, but, you know, one of those things, it could just be there.
Oh, so now Nobly's going into Swamp, and he knows about there being stuff on left side, so let's see if we finally get a check of left side Swamp.
Yeah. Down goes Colts there for Magnum. And that is what, 5 dungeons for Magnum?
Yeah. He's really been tearing through the dungeons. The only thing is it does make things a little bit uneven between the two runners, though Ted is about to get his third.
But yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's like I might be trying to have Teto start doing more of like the dungeon plays, where Magno cleaning up some more of the overworld, if, you know, just to get him more even on the dungeons. Or is the strategy actually better to have somebody like always kind of ahead in one?
Okay, so just to address chat here about why this is boots locked, the small key is on the Desert Torch. The map chest was the Moon Pearl, which means the big key must be on the right side of Desert, which is locked by the small key. So therefore, the whole rest of the dungeon is boots locked. Sorry, Smark, now I forget what your question was. I just wanted to answer chat there.
Oh, no, that was good. Yeah, no, absolutely important to explain why it is boots locked. Also, I thought it was really cute that Magno went in and grabbed the bombos, so that's all they need. Didn't grab the other medallion and escape. So
yeah, they are doing a good job of noting exactly which chest they need. Oh, did no one else do Dark Maze and Pod? I guess Magno didn't because Hayfield just found the Tempered Sword there in the big chest.
What? Huh.
Because I remember Magno being back there. He did Harmless Hellway, for instance.
Wait. Hayfield has the Tempered, or?
Hayfield Bay just grabbed Tempered Sword in Pod Big Chest.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I saw it on Noblies, and I was like, wait, what? Okay, so yeah. I guess they skipped it.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising because he definitely did go back there and he checked Harmless Hellway even. Oh, chat's saying that I guess Magno got a bit lost doing the Dark Maze in the dark and mirrored from there.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh,
I mean, it's not gonna kill him. He'll get his Tempered from Dig Game.
Right. But it might be eating at them. So, like, once Teto goes over there to Pod, he might go and cover those tracks.
Ooh, and we have a Godmire today.
And unfortunately, not go mode, so...
And Nobly is showing us left side Swamp. Do we have boots?
Here we go.
Okay, there's the big key.
And drum roll.
Oh no! Well, at 47 minutes, Noble Foxes is in go mode.
This is why you don't skip left side Swamp. Not that early.
So now it's a question of when does Teto go into Swamp?
Right, because I imagine they'll do the same kind of strategy where the second person in will double check that for them. So
I think Hayfield's gonna make a beeline for Swamp as soon as he finishes Pod and Eastern.
Oh, I would imagine so, yeah. Shoot, I might even go there before Eastern. With the flute? Huh?
Yeah, I mean...
You'd probably still save time by doing Eastern while you're there.
I still wonder why neither of the lead runners checked left side Swamp knowing there were 2 items.
Exactly. I think that would have made more sense to me. But...
Oh, notice that Nobly is also optimizing his route through the back. He grabbed the bottle to get an extra bottle and skipped everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the communication between the teammates here is just like absolutely perfect. I'm always excited to see a co-op AD at the end where you see the collection rates, and it's always so surprisingly low to me.
Yeah, they tend to be in the 110 to 120 range. Certainly at this level of play.
Yeah. Nobly doing the Master Sword spin strats on Arcus.
But it's okay. Gamachu somehow always gets 130.
Does really? Alright, so that is go mode for the Noble Foxes then.
Yeah, and meanwhile, unfortunately, Teto is not going into Swamp. No way Magno's going back there unless Teto does left side and finds the boots. So we are going to see Catfish.
And unfortunately for the All-Stars, this is one of those situations that the longer they take to get back to that Swamp state, the worse it's going to get. Not only because it's the go mode item, but also because it's the boots. So not only does the Noble Foxes gain a speed advantage, but they also get to skip more chests that the All-Stars are not getting to skip.
And looks like Teto is checking Magic Bat now.
I'm still curious what's there.
I'm still surprised Noble Foxes didn't check it.
Me too. Yeah, I was surprised they skipped it. The only thing that could really pay out to help them gain back time would be if they found like the silvers somewhere in these checks that the Noble Foxes likely won't do, and that could save them a couple more minutes on Ganon. I'm not actually sure the amount of time, but...
Oh, well, there's our fourth bottle.
Bottle percentage. Woo!
Well, I mean, we've already taken down Armos Knights. Magno's going to be doing Vitreous without silvers. That's the other thing, just who skipped what? Like, I was surprised Teto, when he did Smith Chain, skipped Cave 45.
Yeah, I wonder how they decide like what to skip in these situations. Because you're right, he did do the Smith Chain, but then just completely skipped K45.
Yeah, because I remember he grabbed Purple Chest and then went back to the Light World and might have even saved and quit, because I remember him using that portal north of Swamp to... But yeah, Teto's going into Swamp. Let's see if he finds the boots here, because that will either put All-Stars back in it or totally seal the game for Noble Foxes.
Yeah, absolutely. If Teto decides to skip, or I should say if they decide to skip left side here, then yeah, you're absolutely right. They might just seal it in the favor of Noble Foxes. But I imagine they're sending Teto back here for that reason, to go in and check left side. Because there are other checks that are still available to do, right? So it's weird for him to be going back here when there are other checks available still, if not to check the left side.
Okay, this is going to be a tough Vidi fight. Magno needs to conserve the rest of his arrows for the giant eyeball.
Oh.
And he doesn't have any invincibility items, so he can't just walk around on the goo with 2 hearts.
Oh, that lightning bolt! Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. These guys like to live on the edge.
Well, only one more small eyeball. There we go.
Alright, the rest should be good to go. And you were absolutely right. As soon as Hayfield Bay finished Eastern Palace, he headed straight to Swamp.
Tracker didn't think Nobly would be getting butter, but no, he went back there, did the hammering up just to get butter, which is an unusual play. That's for sure.
I mean, like, okay, if you think about how much time we can save on both the Vidi fight and the Trinix fight.
Hey, look where Teto's going.
There's the left side swamp play. Okay, so this will be go mode for the All-Stars as well. All right, this race is still on.
Yeah, it's been 7 minutes since Noble Foxes has been in go mode. You know, that does make a bit of a difference. It would have saved Magno, for example, doing cutscene Chest and Mire.
Right. But, you know, they did divvy it up the way that they did. So Magno is very far ahead in dungeon count anyway. So, you know.
But Teto will get a Godmire.
Teto will get the Godmire. He'll get to, you know, follow in all of the, like, he'll be able to get the big key and go mode, like every dungeon that Magno has already done.
But yeah, both of Noble Foxes will get to go mode the Godmire.
Very true. And when the race is this close, you know, things like that can really add up and make a difference. So
yeah, I mean, I would give a decided advantage to Noble Foxes, but at least All-Stars are getting their boots now. They're still in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. Pi, one of our trackers, mentioning that Hayfield isn't going for the lamp. He's going to Mire. If you were going to get the lamp, before Mire would have been the time to do it. Otherwise, you don't really need it.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised just because, you know, Mire Basement is some of the toughest dark rooms in the game, and the lamp's pretty easy to get.
Yeah, for sure. It's not too far out of the way. But I guess if you can do the Mire dark almost as fast as not in the dark, you know, it's still faster than going to K45, so.
Teto skipped his 4th bottle.
Aw, how sad. I think, you know, those are the key components of, like, true go mode, right? You need the bug net and you need 4 bottles.
Well, at least Teto has the bug net.
True. Oh, right. Also the single arrow of destiny. Thank you, Arterial, for reminding me.
Yes, we've already had teams with names like Shovel is the true go mode and No Bugnet no go mode, so some team needs to some season meme the single arrow for go mode, right?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's got to be a name. All right, so now that both teams are basically in go mode, we're just going to be seeing execution. Like, each member that is going to a place the other has already gone to is just going to be following in the footsteps, going directly to what they need to do, like the big key, for example, if needed. Go to the boss and clear the dungeon. We might see a little bit more like deviation in like GT routing, but since they're not looking for any items, I don't see anything else being too divergency.
Yeah, Teto's gotta be fluting to 5 now.
Yeah, the body stern, it's just, you know the sword is there, like...
Yeah, and Magno will probably get his tempered off of Dig Game after he does Thieves here.
Do you think Magno will go for the lamp?
I mean, they're in go mode. I don't think he'll search Cave 45 just to search Cave 45, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, right. You're absolutely right. I forgot that neither of them actually know where the lamp is. So it's not just a let's go get it. It's more of a like, let's look for it. Yeah.
And even if we don't find Silver's, you know, half magic Fire Rod, we're in good shape for the Ganon fight.
For sure. Uh-oh. How's Hayfield Bay doing on potions? Because he's at 1 heart over here on this Fitty fight.
Hey, at least Tempered makes it a bit easier than what Magna went through.
Oh, that lightning bolt! Oh my gosh, these guys!
Also, Hayfield has a few arrows to spare. I'm surprised he's not using them.
Well, you wouldn't catch me sitting in front of the eyeball with lightning bolts coming out. But down goes Fitty for Hateful Bay, just like that, no fear.
So let's see what we're at. That's 6 dungeons for Hayfield Bay, 6 dungeons for Nobly. Tedo's only at 4, though, on his 5th, as Magno's at 7 on his 8th.
Yeah.
But overall, that makes the dungeon count pretty similar. It's just the Tedo's
right, averaging 6.
kind of far behind.
Both. I think in cases like these, it would favor the All-Stars if the big key. Oh, get Nobly! Oh my gosh.
Wow. No! Sorry, you're gonna have to go around. That's a long cover.
That is a very long move. But yeah, so I think it would favor the All-Stars if the big key is kind of deep, like, 21, 22 kind of thing. Because it'll take longer for, the Noble Foxes to find it. Meanwhile, like, Magno will find it, and then Tedo can go straight to it.
Oh, I just realized with what Hayfield Bay's doing, this is another advantage Noble Foxes have by getting the boots earlier, because Magno couldn't finish Desert when he did Mire.
Right. So they get to combo it. Very good point. Yeah, see, Drosy, you just, you find all those things that are actually super important, so.
Definitely.
You cut out a bit there. What'd you say?
Oh, sorry, I was doing good optimism. And Buttersword Vitreous, burn a couple of that we don't have any invisibility items.
But see, this is what I meant. Like, the Buttersword really speeds up the Vidi fight. It really speeds up the Trinex fight. I mean, I think it's worth if you still have those fights to go.
Okay, fine. Yes, he's still Trinex. Maybe he'll zero cycle Trinex. You never know.
Ooh, that would be exciting to watch. So I'm actually putting Nobly in potential first here. I think that Buttersword advantage is might bring him to catch up to Magno. Plus, he'll be able to combo Hera into the GT play.
And Magno still needs to go back into Swamp to get his boots.
Oh, right. Yeah, he still hasn't done that.
I imagine he'll do that next.
Yeah, it's got to be next, right? Like, you don't go do Desert without them. I mean, you can't, but...
Right. You don't want to...
But even if you could, like, Desert's no fun without boots.
Oh yeah, chat reminding us that there is that Agate Tower thing, Magno skipping his lamp there. Of course, he doesn't know the lamp's there and he's in go mode, so why would he? Right. But lamp does speed up Agate Tower a bit.
That's a very good point. But I mean, with the Fire Rod, Agate Tower isn't as bad, right?
Yeah, the Fire Rod does the worst rooms as long as you know exactly where the torches are.
Gotcha.
But there is no case in which it is faster to do a dark room without the lamp than with the lamp.
Absolutely. I mean, that's yeah. There are definitely people who are good enough to do it almost as fast, but I don't think there's a yeah. But yeah, it's definitely looking like Nobly will get to, well, at least get to GT first. Out of all of the 4 runners here.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Hera's nice and quick. He'll be on the mountain. Just needs to do everything there.
But I absolutely love that he went for that butter sword. I'm so happy with that play. To answer a question in chat, Sleepy, the boots are in left side swamp. Both teams actually had the first runner in swamp skip left side, and the second runner recover the left side swamp check. So I guess that's the correct play to make in that situation, since they both did it, but that's what they're looking for, getting those boots.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, knowing there are 2 items on left side swamp, I probably still would have gone back for it.
See, like, I would have gone, like, so early, you actually save time by doing left side swamp first before going to the back. Even if you have to go back in for the big chest. Just because you can diver down left side swamp if you do it first. So, yeah, I think it just makes sense for the first person in there to just go ahead and do it. Especially, like, you know, like, if it were one of those cases, like, where, you know, they had gotten just items in the front, okay, fine, gamble that it's a god swamp or something. But they had already found the map in the very first chest, I think. So, you know, there's at least 1 item in there. At that point, chances are, you know, it could be 2, could even be 3, you know. So, well, I guess it can't exactly be 3, but you know what I mean. So I think at that point, just have the first person in and do it. Because they were the first ones into swamp by a while. So they could have had those boots for a long time.
Tedo's having a bit of trouble with Icebreaker. Finally gets the setup.
Yeah, Icebreaker is one of those that, like, everyone seems to have a little bit different variation of it, like Hair Pot. You know, like, the way that you find that pixel to set it up is slightly different for everybody, it seems.
But yeah, I'd say overall, All-Stars are about a dungeon behind here. Mostly because Tedo still has so many to do.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
So I could see Magno, Nobly, and Hayfield Bay all finishing right around the same time, but I think unless something changes, the fact that Tedo's a bit behind is making Noble Foxes the favorites right now.
Yeah. And, you know, I was saying, like, I thought Nobly was going to get there first, but after looking at the, you know, TR is one of the longest dungeons, whereas, you know, Hayfield Bay is finishing up Skull Woods, and Ice Palace is relatively quick, too. He might actually get there first.
And the nice thing is, as we saw Tedo do, you can just grab your half magic on the way. It's a nice safety to pick up when it's not at all out of the way like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He did let that one cold stare puff get away, though, and he's chasing it around the room. There it goes.
Down goes cold stare for a Teto.
Now, in fairness to Teto, it is a Godmire. He'll do Desert immediately after, and Hera's really quick.
Very true, yeah. Yeah, the way that the teammates divided up the dungeons, like, you know, it looked like Magno was so far ahead dungeon-wise, but you're absolutely right. Like, TR is a very long dungeon. He's gotta, you know, basically go all the way through it. Whereas, you know, Teto will get to, you know, Godmire and just quickly do Desert right here, and then do the Hera combo with GT as well, so...
Now, one thing Noble Foxes apparently didn't share information-wise was where the small keys are in Turtle Rock, because you saw Nobly grab that compass, hoping it was a small key.
Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things. I've only played a couple of these co-ops, but it's one of the things that's like harder to keep track of. It's a lot easier to remember like the big progression items, but then like when it comes to like, oh gosh, my partner did this dungeon like an hour ago, like where was that key? And they're like, oh, I didn't write it down. You know, like it's one of those things. And it feels weird to say that TR was an hour ago, but it really almost was an hour ago that Hayfield Bay went in there. Oh, yeah, I think the key wasn't it at the bottom? Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, definitely miscommunication on this one.
And just to allow a bit of time for this, we're going to get the points guessing in for GT Big Key now. So you can have a couple of minutes to guess, because Nobly's going to do Trinex, and then just a quick run into Hera. Meanwhile, Hayfield Bay is almost on Cold Stare. And we'll find out how well Allstars shared information about the small key location, or didn't share.
Do you have a guess, Rossi?
I mean, 10's my usual guess.
Ah, okay. I'm over 14 this time, so we're both on team even.
Oh, yeah, well, the thing about 10 versus 14 is sometimes it's the same chest. I like that first chest in Rando Room, which is 10 if you don't do Compass Room and 14 if you do.
Ooh. So we can both be right. Okay, that is 7, or all the dungeons for Noble Foxes for Hayfield Bay. He's going up to the mountain. Can he get to GT before Nobly clears Hera?
That'll be interesting. I do think they beat Magno in there.
Yeah. Magno still has to finish TR, so yeah, for sure. But yeah, Teto took down Meyer like it was nothing. Gonna hop into the desert and do the same.
Yeah, I mean, Allstars really aren't that far behind Noble Foxes, but I think the boots were the big difference maker in this seed.
Yeah, and the couple things you pointed out, you know, like the not being able to combo Desert Meyer, having to do Meyer cutscene, you know, those things, they really do add up.
I mean, it all comes down to the boots.
Well, yeah, because of
if they had found the boots by then, they wouldn't have been doing Meyer cutscene.
Exactly. Yeah, I just was trying to like make clear that it wasn't just like, oh, because boots make you faster.
Oh yeah, no, right. It was beyond simply the additional speed of boots. Yeah.
Right. Oh, looks like Hayfield. I bet they're actually racing. They're like, I bet I can get to GT before you do. Looks like April Bay got it.
Oh no, Tedo somehow didn't get the small key off the torch.
Oh no. I think maybe he feels a little behind and he's trying to rush and I forgot. Let's play Who Forgets Aga 1. Literally me last night.
So for GT Big Key count, we are going strictly off of Hayfield Bay. So if nobody finds it and Hayfield Bay makes a beeline for it, we're still going off of whatever Hayfield's count is.
Okay. So we're on what number? Hayfield Bay went straight left, right?
He went straight left, and there was a heart container on the torch if you didn't want. Ooh, there's Burna.
Oh,
finally got an invincibility item.
Oh wow, that was quick.
That was very quick.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Anybody guess 4? Power Lord X was 1. And is that it? I think just Power Lord X.
And no one bet on even, so some people are going to win a lot of points there if they did.
I bet even.
Go you.
Yay, points! All right, well, that was very quick. So that was one of those scenarios where I was talking about that, you know, if the big key was deeper in GT, that could have helped the All-Stars a little bit. It could have helped them, you know, because Tedo could have rushed to it instead of having to search. But since it was so quick, I think that solidifies even further the lead that the Noble Foxes have.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're both climbing the tower already.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Magna will at least be in the tower soon, and he'll find the big key quickly. We'll see how he routes it. Tedo still needs to climb the mountain and do Hera.
Swedish Arctic Fox mentioning that it's funny to see Nobly picking up the gold sword. Hey, I mean, if he didn't pick up that gold sword, I think he would have been even further behind Hateful Fate here. I think my favorite play was the Ice Palace with no Moon Pearl. That was definitely cute.
I forgot about that. That was... Hammer Gold, not only no Moon Pearl, but as a result of not bothering to get the Moon Pearl, he hadn't gotten the Fire Rod either.
Yeah,
it was on Fighter Sword.
Yep, that was just that was too cute, too cute. All right, and there is Magno's last dungeon before GT. Let's see how quickly Magno can find the big key. Let's see if he goes full left or if he decides to go right first.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least nice to see a match that's close enough that all 4 runners will be in GT at the same time.
Yeah. Tedo will quickly clear Hera here, so he's not too far behind. You know, as much as it looked like he was so far behind with those dungeons, like, you know, he really did have the shorter, you know, go-modable dungeons at the end, so he was able to make up a lot of that. Like, imagine if he had gotten the small key in Desert, you know, he'd already be in GT, right? Like,
yeah, right. I mean, they were already behind. That just put them a little further behind. So
right. Oh, I see. So chat is pointing out that Nobly yells at them for getting the gold sword, and then they just witnessed him go out of his way to get it, so...
So is Nobly yelling at himself is the question.
Right? I am sure that both Telmaran and Swedish Arctic Fox will not let him live it down. There's going to be some post-game discussion there. All right, that was very quick clear of Hera by Teto. So following into GT, knows where the big key is already, can go straight there. And yeah, it's incredible how close it really is, and just like how little time they've been playing, and they've beaten all these dungeons. It's just, it's incredible.
Yeah, we'll definitely get 30s here. Probably sub 125, actually, at least on the right side.
Oh, nobly gaining time on Hayfield Bay. Why? Because of that gold sword. Wait, was that a...
Hayfield grabs the cape out of the Moldorm chest and nobly skips it.
Oh, that's funny.
So
okay. Hayfield grabs the chest. Okay.
Both of our invincibility items are in GT today.
Sounds about right. All right, let's see who has better geometry skills here. Ooh, a triple for Hayfield Bay. I have so much trouble with Agatu. It's incredible how bad I am.
I mean, the geometry wars are a difficult fight.
And down goes Agatu for Hayfield Bay, just like that. Crazy. Oh, nobly just missed that last hit. Ooh, almost zero cycle Blammo 2 for Magno. Meanwhile, Teto is taking down these mimics. Grabbing those quick 5 arrows there on the way up.
And with the Aga Tower climb coming, gotta get our blue balls predictions in.
Right. How many blue balls? Let's see.
What are you thinking today? I'm thinking 2.
Oh my gosh, I was actually gonna guess 2, but since you guessed 2, I'm gonna guess 1.
Don't feel that I need to have stolen your prediction.
Okay, fine. I'll say 2 as well. But I'm only betting 500 points on this one.
Wow, Nobly is getting attacked by those guards. They really walk all over you.
They're vicious. If you get hit once, it's like you can't get them off.
And Hayfield does find the torch in this room, so yeah, this is the worst room if you're doing Aga Tower without a lamp, so he's good.
Right, and we're gonna see both Teto and Magno have to do that room start as well, just like Hayfield Bay did. That's another that I was wondering if Nobly would gain some time on, but he got bullied by those guards.
So we never did find. Tell us where they are. Magno grabbing that.
You cut out a bit again for me. I'm not sure if that was.
Oh, sorry. I was never. Silvers. Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, we saw like all the dungeons full cleared basically by at least one of the runners. So, I mean, I think at this point, Silver's had to be either GT or one of those overroll checks that just didn't get done. Like, I think, what, Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, maybe?
Oh, yeah, no one did King's Tomb because they were in go mode when they got the boots.
Exactly.
So, Bonkrox likewise.
Yeah, I think Lumberjack was checked by somebody, maybe not.
Okay, why did Teto grab that key? He should have known from Magno that he didn't need it.
Right, yeah, Magno checked them. So maybe he got confused about like which if there was pre-Moldorm chest or post-Moldorm chest for the cape. You might want the cape. I would want the cake.
Okay, so what is that? 2 blue balls so far?
Oh gosh. I will take your word for it.
That's 3.
And thank you, Sleepy, for confirming that. So Magno actually skipped that chest because he was on low health at the time.
And 3 it is.
3 it is. Well, we were both wrong, but in the prediction results, 2 or 3 was one of the guesses, so still got it. All right, and here we go with the Ganon fight from both Hayfield Bay and Nobley. Let's see if this Gold Sword makes up any difference here.
I mean, Gold Sword makes 1 and 1 easy. Tempered Sword, it's a bit more challenging, but I think Hayfield Bay's got it.
Okay. So, you know, if you can still get the 1 and 1 with the Tempered Sword, then it doesn't really save any time, basically? Is that what you're saying?
Right, because phase 3 and 4 are completely identical with Gold and Tempered.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So for me, it saves like 4 hours, but for most people...
Oh, it was in GT, right? Because we skipped most of the basement because...
Oh, no!
Well, this race just got a bit closer.
Oh, wow. It's not every day you see that. Unless you're me and you're playing. Okay, well, I think that, like you said, it definitely puts the race a little closer.
But so much for Nobley and Hayfield's competition for like which one of them will finish first.
Yeah, they were set to finish almost at exactly the same time, so it'll be a little different now. But... so good at dodging bats. There we go. Down goes Ganon on Nobley's screen. Please get your GGs in chat for Nobley on Team Noble Foxes. Securing that first place position with an official time of 1:26:13.
So that means as long as Hayfield ball and Noble Foxes have...
Alright. Hayfield Bay going with the triples here is working down. And down goes Aka 1 for Magno, so he'll be dropping into the Ganon fight here very soon.
Hayfield must be getting close here.
Yeah, I think one more maybe? Nope, I was wrong. There, okay, I was one off.
Only off by 1, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and GG's again for Hayfield Bay. That is putting the Noble Foxes firmly in first place for today's match. So GG's to Nobley Hayfield Bay and the Noble Foxes.
As the Scandinavians beat the Germans.
That's true, yeah. But it is an incredibly close race, and like Drosy said, it was mostly the difference of the boots, you know, both in the mobility that it provided as well as in the, you know, the items that needed to be checked outside of them. So Magno is on phase 3 right now of Ganon. Teto is dropping down into the Ganon fight as we speak. They are very, very close behind. So this was an incredibly close race that could have gone either way.
Now that was interesting. Magno turned Ganon blue, but that gave him enough time to get the torch glitch, so it worked out.
Yeah, that was cool.
And we are joined by Nobly and Hayfield. GG, guys.
GG's.
Hey, GG's.
Welcome and GG's.
Okay.
That was something.
Nobly, first things first, your Ice Palace play.
We have questions.
You have questions? Why? Yes.
So, well, hold on. First, let's give you an opportunity to say how you felt about it.
Felt about my Ice Palace play.
Sure.
I felt very good about my Ice Palace play, if you wonder.
Just a real quick interruption. We have Magno finishing up the Ganon fight here, so please get your GGs in chat for Magno on Team Allstars from Germany. And Teto is finishing up here as well on phase 4 right now of the Ganon fight. No, it was just really oh no, oh gosh, I did not see that he was that low on health.
Well, I think he felt some compassion for Hayfield, you know, wanted to even things out there.
Oh my gosh. What happened? I didn't pay attention to. I was preparing for the sword slashes, you know, spin strats. And then, I actually accidentally hit Ganon and fell. Oh, that was stressful.
And Teto goes down again.
Yeah. He told us that he was not focused while fighting Ganon, so he took a couple of deaths there.
Oh, right. This is 10 minutes ago for you guys.
Right. They had a chance to catch up and chat.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, back to the Ice Palace place. What was the question?
No, it was mostly we were very impressed.
Well, you knew where Moon Pearl was, you knew where Fire Rod was, you opted not to get either of them before going into Ice Palace.
Yeah, basically my idea there was if boots are just sitting in Ice Palace, I can get boots and then I can finish Desert at the same time I pick up my Moon Pearl.
Oh, clever. See, I knew there was some Giga Brain going on.
Yeah, that was some Monka-S play.
The other thing that we really want to point out, and this is another question for Nobly, and this comes from chat, from some very devoted followers of your channel and your philosophy on this game. You went out of your way to get the gold sword in pod, and this is after expressly telling both Telmoran and Swedish Shark to pod that they should not do this. How do you feel about that, Mr. Nobly?
Well, the thing is, when you're looking at what you have no safeties, you have 6 hearts. Your next play is going to be in a Vitreous with no cape, no nothing. Having a gold sword just makes everything nicer to beat those eyeballs. And it took me 6 seconds, maybe a little bit more, to do the hammer jump to get that big chest for the sword.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think we all, but it was just funny that the Swedish Arctic Fox and Telmoran were definitely lighting up the chat with when you did that. So
I mean, it's fine if it's very, very, very close and you have no safeties. Like Blue Cane and Cape was basically in GT. There was no silvers to beat with the.
Yeah.
Hayfield Bay giving me a heart attack or two on the Vitreous fight, actually. On one heart for like the longest time in there.
Yeah, I can feel the nerves towards the end there.
Sorry,
So
just
yeah,
to
I
cut
had
in here, Teto finally took down Ganon, so do get your GGs in for him.
Yes, GG's to Teto and to Team Allstars from Germany. Teto and Magno have finished as well. Congratulations to both of them.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, Hayfield, but you were saying about Viddy fight?
Yeah, I knew I had a blue potion, so when I used it, I was going for the NMG strats there. but I didn't, probably didn't charge it all the way through it. So I just went straight into Vitreous there and was again on low health. So it was one heart so long at that time.
Oh my gosh, I must have. I can't imagine how you must have been feeling. I was like on the edge of my seat here. I was like, and who was it? Was it Hayfield Bay? Also, was that half a heart and Troldor? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was. You got hit and fell, and I was like,
I can tell you Hayfield was probably more worried about how I was doing when he was running to TR than how he was doing.
aw.
Yeah, Ice Palace. A TR is also hard, but that Ice Palace might be actually worse. But I felt good with TR. I went in there with 4 hearts. Came out there with 6 hearts, so it felt better.
Yeah. Well, absolutely impressed. I am just blown away by both of you and your execution in all of those places. Like, you wouldn't catch me in those places in those conditions any day of the week. So, good job there.
So, we do now have Tedo in here. So GG to you as well.
Hey,
Yeah,
welcome,
greetings.
Tedo.
GG, Tito.
GG.
And now that we have
Jeez.
members from both teams in here, let's discuss Left Side Swamp.
Oh,
Right. Good call, Drosy.
So I told Hayfield to skip it because he was rushing Ped.
Ah.
Yeah, because the thing is, as soon as we had Darkhold, I was like, okay, we have Bow and Boots go mode. You rush TR, which is a pendant, which means you're gonna focus on pendants. I'll do Ice Palace without the Moon Pearl, and we'll divide by that. And if Boots are there, I can do Desert. And then I was like, okay, I'll pick up my Moon Pearl, pick up Fire Rod, I'll go Skullwoods, and then I'll do Vitreous. And then we were looking at my loadout, and I was like, Vitreous kinda is bad with Fighter Sword, no cape, no nothing.
Just kinda.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. So we decided, okay, I'll just do Swamp, and then he found the Bow. I was like, I really want that Bow, but I don't want to do Left Side Swamp. I really don't want to do Left Side Swamp, I said. Like 1,700 times during the
You
scene.
said it so many times, and I was, we have to do it. But but it's not there. I promise, Boots is not there.
So I was like, Hayfield was crying as I was walking towards Left Side Swamp with me. And we were both just moaning through Left Side Swamp. And then I was like, oh my god, Boots are here, oh my gosh. And then he was like, oh my god, they probably got this super early because they went probably Swamp, they didn't do TR and upstairs. And I was like, there's no way Tito goes Left Side Swamp, don't worry, man.
Tito has invested. What do you have to say about this, Tedo?
To be fair, it was like Magno with the Darkwood access, and I said like, oh, this is great. You can go for Hype Cave, Swamp, get the Fireward, and do whatever you like. And he was like, yeah, I got the Fireward. Magno, what's with Swamp Palace? You have to go into Swamp Palace first. But yeah, I'm doing this right now. And he got the Bow early out of this, and I was like, yeah, I'm going like Thieves Town or whatever, or one item go mode, or let's focus on crystals. And we just talked before the game about, yeah, maybe we are both fine with it. Let's skip a few things, and it's all in more or less, because Nobly is pretty strong in those corp matches. If he plays with Hayfield or with Obscure, that's always pretty scary because they just have a great harmony together. And we were like, yeah, let's go for 3 or 4 skips. This might work out. And Magno was like, yeah, we have the whole seat open, so yeah, I skipped that. I even skipped Stumpy and K45 because it was like, yeah, let's go Dark Death Mountain, Turtle Walk, and this could be a fast go mode. And we just hope that both of you might skip the boots as well, because I went back way later. For all those missing items, we skipped everywhere, and yeah, of course, Left Side Swamp, and so Magno, yeah, we could go back.
Yeah, Left Side Swamp strikes again. It was very interesting because you guys were definitely the team into Swamp Palace first. So you could have had that because, like Nobly explained, they went to Ice Palace and TR first, and you guys went to Swamp and Thieves Town first. So yeah, it could have been yours. It was in the grasp of your, how do you say it, the palm of your hands.
Yeah, it were those skips we decided to go, and we got the boots. I think we talked this in the race time room later, 6 minutes, 8 minutes later. So yeah, we everyone just did everything more or less in the seat, and in the end we went back there way later, and yeah. We could have lost this race like 10 or 15 minutes if those two were into Swamp Palace full clear first. So I was like, yeah, they might finish in 120-ish if they got the boots pretty early. Just go mode the whole seat. And after 122, I was, they might have skipped that. Let's see how long they decided to skip
it. So speaking of skips, Tedo, I was surprised you skipped K45 when you were doing Smith Chain.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I think Magno just found the bow a few moments earlier, and it was like, yeah, we could go Palace of Darkness. There are like 6 checks, 5 checks, whatever checks. I could go the mountain for the 12 checks or whatever, and we were like, yeah, just focus on the crystal density. And with the purple chest, I was like, yeah, I'm going down. We need a sword. Oh, there's a sword. Yes, that was totally worth it. Digging game. Let's bring back the smith flute for the purple chest and screw those 2 checks. I mean, yeah. In the end, it was like, well, there must have been the lamp somewhere, and I think we cleared everything except the boot checks and those 2.
Yeah, the lamp was K45.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel great about doing those checks either, so I was like, nothing felt great. Let's say it like that. Like
Yeah.
after the Ice Palace play and Turtle Rock, which had basically nothing, Hayfield was like, it's gonna be in those early, easy dungeons, you know? And we went for the hard stuff, and we didn't get it, so...
Yep. The seed was, I was just asking for you guys to take its jettiness and fly with it. It was like, no, just, I'm giving you Swamp Palace access super early. Just come to me, get the boots, get the bow, and go mode everything else. And you guys were like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it was almost as nice as your ladder seed, Smirk.
right?
It's like giving you everything. Even the dungeon layouts was nice. It was like the only thing that was bad was the big key and pod, but big key to pod sat next to 2 swords, so it was basically fine.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, it was a fun scene. It didn't feel great after doing all the hard stuff to get like all the swords. I felt happy when I found the half magic. I was like, wait, well, I can't use this for Ice Palace bosses or something. Dang it. I literally had to do it with Fighter Sword and Hammer, so that was...
I never got the fireword before.
No, I didn't have Moon Pearl before I went to Ice Palace.
That's noble.
Noble.
Yeah, sure. That's normal way of saying it.
Yeah, we definitely had a conversation here in the booth about that. Drossi was questioning the play, and I was like, wait, have you seen Nobly play?
I mean, I like that. I'm going for Dark Aga 1 as well, so yeah, why not? It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I knew that Ice Palace was in logic because of Moon Pearl and everything we had anyway. And I was like, if boots are just chilling out in Ice Palace, you know, I can just complete Desert. And maybe Desert has the bow, and then that's like a Monka Giga prey, you know?
Yeah, no, I thought it's actually a really clever play. I absolutely liked it.
I mean, in co-op, why not? You can go for that, yeah, sure.
Heck, I would do that in a solo seed as well, man. I was like, okay, it's a crystal, and I need to do it. I have red cane. Why not?
Don't do this in the qualifier races. I mean, every time I'm going for some stupid stuff there, I lose by 20 minutes or so. Yeah, no. Play it safe.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good advice for those qualifiers.
So I guess the next big question is, you guys looking forward to switching to 1v1 for a couple weeks now?
I mean, looking at it, I wasn't gonna play next week, but I'm fine with key sanity as long as it's fad keys. Put those castle tower keys in the game, I'm not playing the game. That easy as that.
Yeah, that can be tricky to find those castle tower keys.
It's not tricky. It's just they are always in GT, and I always go to GT and skip GT. So
I mean, it becomes the ice rod hunt on steroids, really.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the new trick this year. It's not going to be castle tower keys. It's going to be the medallion or ice rods next week.
Swamp small key.
Swamp small.
Hey, that reminds me. What did you guys think of the medallion locations in this seed?
Wow, that was really early.
I'm going back of escape. Oh, I found every other medallion left in the seed. Okay. No worries.
Yeah, as soon as Hayfield said Titans on the mountain, all I saw in my eyes was Ice Palace. So it's like Obscure quotes Nobly. Nobly is the only guy who sees a bottle and a bug net or bottle with a fairy-ass progression.
Yeah, we saw you hover in Meyer. You almost made it. You almost made it across to the other side.
80%. Felt that. Yeah. Gotta do.
Just skipping left side swamp. That's my own meme. I don't care.
Yeah, Hayfield was worried when I found the boots there. He was like, they got this so early. Oh my god, I'm stressing now. I was like, no, don't, just relax. We'll just play the game.
It sounds like you have a good balance then, right? You have Nobly, the reckless one, and you have Hayfield Bay, the more like, but we should do this, you know? It sounds like a good equilibrium.
I have a feeling that if it hadn't been for me, he would skip the left side.
I mean, if it wasn't for Hayfield and Obscure, there would be non-stop on me, basically. I would go full on, basically.
I mean, I just infected Magno with the skippiness, so yeah, that's my fault.
So basically, Teto is ruining his teammate, and Obscure and Hayfield is basically just pulling me down to earth so I can actually do the normal plays.
In the first seed, we were like, yeah, just go like every check and play it safe. And the second, we were like, yeah, maybe we have to catch up 1 or 2 minutes. So well, why not? Why not? Yeah, I'm aboard. Yeah, and this is what happens if you skip things. Yeah.
So you're the more reckless one on your team, Teto?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you for guys for doing the restream and commentators at the very end of rescheduling.
Oh, it was fun. I'm glad I could get this all on short notice.
Yeah, and you guys absolutely know how much I just love watching you guys play. I think you guys are all so incredible, and it's amazing as a newer runner to see the execution at the level that you guys can put on the show. It's just amazing to me. So, it's an honor for me to be able to commentate for races like you guys. So I appreciate it.
I think it's you might catch up with all those great execution you just said. Like Magno is playing the game for 10 months now, and yeah, he developed a lot in the skills that he got. And I mean,
awesome.
just play the seed, have fun, and everything's reachable. You can beat everyone later in the races.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, just don't skip left side swamp or catfish and you're good.
I mean, if you're playing against a strong opponent, you just think about, you get those execution disadvantage back in skipping 2 things.
Yeah.
But not if you're called Tito or something like that.
Left side swamp, Teto. Is it Teto or Tito? I keep saying Teto, so I apologize.
It's in Germany we call it a little bit slower. So like Teto is like the German slowish pronunciation of that. But
Okay.
I listen to everything like Tito, Tato. Feel free.
Tato. Okay.
Yes, it's that's how it began. But with the English pronunciation, you might just say it a little bit different. And it's
I mean, I see you put in the Japanese kana for Teto.
I still hope that is somehow correct, because I just translated it ages ago and was like, yeah, that might work.
Looks about right.
I mean, we went with the synergy of Heibei, so...
I like it.
Well, nobly, I remember what yours and Obscure's teams in the Pilot Spoiler Tournament was named.
Oh, what was that? Oh yeah. Team Bayfield Day.
Yep.
Yeah, I really laughed when I saw that team name.
And then everyone got confused and thought Hayfield was on it.
Only the teammates.
Yeah, we had. I mean, we couldn't bring 3 players. We had to bring him in spirit, you know.
Absolutely.
Anyway, do give these runners a follow. We have their links posted in chat there. I'm certainly excited to see them over the next 6 weeks.
Oh god, 6 weeks.
You're in it for the long haul, whether you like it or not.
So
Yeah.
many chances to skip left side swamp. That's not healthy.
Yeah, I mean, we're facing some hungry Germans next week as well. Team Hime, who lost 2-0 this week, so they are hungry for blood. So I can't feel I'm not stressed about next week. Let's say it like that.
Oh, the Team Hime curse is striking again. Our curse is striking again. I mean, there are flashbacks from last season.
And also just wanted to give a huge shout out to our trackers, Artarl and Pi, who joined to track this at the last minute because, well, as you heard our runners say, they kind of rescheduled this match fairly late in the game. And, well, we forgot to get trackers until the match was about to go live on the air. So huge thanks to them for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for all the restream stuff. And as I said before, big thanks for Nobly and Hayfield, because we had to switch out like Broga in the last minute for some car issues. He couldn't drive back home. And it was like, yesterday I sat there and chatted with everybody about, oh, maybe reschedule it earlier. And yeah, thanks that we could play it that early, so everyone was fine with it.
And of course, Smirk. This was so much fun working with you again.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I had a blast. Thank you, Drossi, for inviting me today to do this with you. I am so thankful and happy that it worked out like this. So very happy.
Hope we can do it again soon.
Absolutely.
And as chat mentioned, the next race coming up in the league is just about half an hour or so from now on SpeedGaming 5. We will have Les French Canadians against Did You Check Your Boot? Did You Check Your Boot took the first match between those two teams this week. So we'll see how that plays out. And after that, there is a 110 on SpeedGaming 2 between the Sexy Gannons and Crosswords Key Sanity. And then we're wrapping up the weekend Invitational at 9:40 tonight between the Bomb Squad and Tile Roomies, whose race yesterday was decided by 8 seconds. So that should be a really good one to see if it's anything like what they played yesterday. So thanks everyone for watching, and we hope you'll join us for some of those races this afternoon and evening.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.